Hello, Frags of Beer family. Welcome to the show. I clicked the wrong button, so showed you a brief black box. Sorry about that. Anyway, welcome to Indie Spotlight. I'm your host, Zaymot, also known as Trevor on social media. You'll have to forgive, I'm rushing around a little bit again. Another busy Saturday for me. I had a show this morning out at a farmer's market. Sweated profusely, but sold a couple of books to local readers, so that's always great. Love getting my stories out there and meeting you guys. And got home and just started going. So I have not stopped since like 4 o'clock this morning. So again, apologies if I stumble over some words as we get started here. So this is the show where I look at independent creators and content creators and artists and musicians and so on and so forth. Mostly do music because it is the easiest thing to do. Going to try to set up another comic creator interview. I've got a couple in mind I need to reach out to, and there's an artist that I want to talk to as well. So I'm working on that. Probably going to be planning a new Whiskey Confidential episode. So if you missed the new show that started a couple weeks ago, Whiskey Confidential with myself and Ray Clark, go back and check that out in the playlist. You can find it on the main page of my channel. You can find it partway down there in the playlist. She's an author. I'm an author. We both kind of talk about current events and pop culture and things that affect the writing industry, whether it be from the fan side or from the creator side. So should be an interesting show. Check it out. Tell me what you think. If you're here and you're new, please subscribe. It's the easiest way to support me. Just click that red button. Costs you absolutely nothing, and it will help me out a lot. Otherwise, if you've been here a while, you're a subscriber, make sure you like, make sure you throw me a comment, give me suggestions. Today's video, a new artist, because it's Saturday. We introduce new artists to Indie Spotlight on Saturdays. This came from a suggestion from one of the viewers, so this is how it happens. If there's somebody I'm missing or somebody you would like to see, they just got to be independent. That's the only rule. They just got to be an independent artist. No major labels, no major producers, just indie artists doing as much of it themselves as they can. Obviously, they can have help with distribution and all that good stuff, but we're looking for the guys who don't get a ton of views because they don't have the major companies backing them. They don't have the major publishers behind them. We want to put eyes on good music because I'm an indie author myself, and I know how hard it is. I know how hard the marketing is when you're doing it all on your own. So I want to help out and push some of that love to these other channels. So when we're done here, make sure you go to this guy's channel, Harry Mack. Take a look at his stuff. I think you're going to enjoy it, especially if you like rap and if you like freestyle. And this guy's got some cool stuff. So now, before we get started, Harry Mack, a little background. This guy was sort of a street performer. He does really clever, very well done sort of street freestyles that he was doing pretty much all over California where he lives. And one of them got uploaded by a fan and went viral. Millions of views. It's the Venice Beach. I think there's a couple parts. So the part one is the big one. That put him on the spotlight right there. That put him in the center of everything. His newest album released a couple years ago. Or his new album, I guess you could say it's not new, it's a couple years old, but his album released a couple years ago. I kind of was in between. I'm not sure if I wanted to do one of his freestyles that he's known for or do one of his actual songs that he put on an album. And I opted to do the song. The freestyles are cool, but he's getting a lot of views on those, and I think his music is very good. His songs that are on the album are very well done. So I want to make sure those are getting the eyes that they should be getting as well, not just the freestyles. I mean, that's cool and all, and it's a great way for him to have sort of get noticed, but here is his actual music, the music he put a lot of time and soul into, and that's the kind of stuff that I want to feature. So we're going to take a look at Harry Mack, Napoleon Hill. There was a couple of videos I had the option of hitting. This one I liked the most of all of them, so this is the first one I wanted to do. So we're going to take a look at Harry Mack, Napoleon Hill. If you're here in the live chat, let me know. Say hi. Follow me on Twitter. I should have said this. Follow me on Twitter or Facebook or both. Because I know the YouTube notifications suck. I always post a couple, 3 or 4 minutes before I'm going to go live on Twitter and Facebook to let you guys know I'm going live. So If you follow me on Facebook and set your notifications to watch for the posts for the Frags and Beer channel on Facebook, you'll get that notification much faster than you get the YouTube notification. So just so you know, I know a couple of you said the YouTube notifications are letting you know several minutes into the stream, which now we're 5 minutes into the stream. I've talked a lot. Sorry about that. But anyway, we're going to get going. I always like to give you a little background on the new artists that we do. And again, this is not a reaction channel. I'm not watching this for the first time. I'm not going to make up any kind of crazy reactions. We're not going to have any weird thumbnails. This is me watching this. I'm going to review it for you. I'm going to talk about it. We're going to go from there. I'll pause as necessary. Thank you for being here, and let's do this. Napoleon Hill by Mack.
What's the matter with
Cheers.
you? Money isn't everything. You think so?
Yeah. Said every day I envision myself folding them bills, trying to think and grow rich like Napoleon Hill. Imagining how it feels, copping wheels from my friends. Road of life is like a fancy car, the way it bends, so I stay focused. At times it seems hopeless. Eternity of brokenness is something I can't cope with. Ain't nothing funny about having no gas in your tank, but the joke's on y'all. Soon I'll be laughing to the bank, I can feel it. And all I ever wanted was to kill it in the field of my dreams. And I know if I build it, they gon' come through. I'm trying to get a check like 1, 2. Dreams of money bundles under humble, hope they come true. Philosophize like Sun Tzu while flipping through these pages. Rise and shine like the sun do. Go to war for these wages. This life is sure to test you like rats up in some cages. We scratching for the cheddar, trying to navigate these mazes.
Yeah, I love he does this with his freestyle too. He's got a very smooth flow to him. His lyrics are delivered concisely, which I like. You guys know, if you've been watching the channel long enough, that I don't watch or listen to rap where you can't understand what they're saying. I'm also not a big fan of like the really hardcore gangster rap or mumble rap or anything like that. Or a lot of the speed rap too. If I can't understand what the artist is saying, I'm not sure what the point of the music is. I'm the same way with super heavy scream metal. Some of it I listen to, other stuff, like if I can't tell what they're saying, there's not much point to the song to me. So he does a great job. It's very clear. I can understand everything he's saying. It's very concise, and he's got a very sort of calm, it's kind of a relaxing, I guess, beat and tone to his voice. It's very chill, and I like that a lot. Really clear, and you could tell what he's talking. He's talking about trying to make it. Again, a lot of young artists, especially these independent artists, this is something that weighs heavily on their mind. As an independent author, I can tell you this is something that weighs heavily on my mind. I just hope that I can sell enough books to pay for the shows that I do every year to sell books. If I can get my books in the hands of people and break even every year, that's pretty much my goal. I'm not going to get rich being an author. Now, a musician, these guys, we've seen them, Tom McDonald, Dax, these guys make really good money if they can get eyes on their stuff and push and get people to download their music and so on. So I can understand they're jumping into the deep end sometimes, these guys, and this is their life, and thinking about how am I going to make it? How am I going to pay the bills? How am I going to put gas in my car? And especially when you're basically a street musician, you're a street entertainer, you're relying entirely on the generosity of total strangers who may have never heard of you before. And that's tough. That's tough to look into those eyes. I did it today for 4 hours in the heat, watched people walk by my booth and look at my books and talk to them and hope that one of them, and one of them did, but hope that one of them, had enough faith in what I was saying and what I was presenting to give me money for it. That's what you've got here. And that's a weight. That's a weight to carry for sure.
And you know how it goes. 1 for the money, 2 for the dough, 3 for the paper, fortune to blow. Where do we go from here? I don't know. Come on. Said you know how it go. 1 for the money, 2 for the dough, 3 for the paper, fortune to blow. Where do we go from here? I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. Yeah, said I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. Said we scratching for the cheddar, trying to navigate these mazes. And it amazes me how we give these dead presidents praises, even though in most cases they were racist. Tears in our eyes while we chasing blue faces. Got me tripping like some shoelaces. Sexual harassment in workplaces. Nobody say shit without a pay slip. You gon' be slipping on the payments. Job is a job, be gracious. Call center got me on some gay shit. Wish I could buy a spaceship. If I was paid like him, would I go and waste it on the facelift? Or say some shit that's tasteless just to be another wax figure in the video for famous? Why we so obsessed with the list? I mean, A-list, Forbes.
Wow. If I was paid as much as him, would I be, basically, would I say whatever it takes to just become another wax figure, another faceless celebrity? That's pretty powerful, because that is, we look at independent artists and people like me and him, we look at people who are more successful than us, and we wonder what it would be like. What would it be like to be Stephen King? Or, there's not a lot of authors that make a lot of money out there. What would it be like to be J.K. Rowling? Or you could think of a few, Brad Thor and some of those guys, Sanderson. What would it be like to be those guys and be successful, and how would my life be different? And that's a tough thing sometimes to cope with, when you compare yourself to people more successful than you while you're struggling, especially when you're struggling to make it, when you're struggling to find your place, to find your audience, to sort of strike your claim in an industry or in a medium, and the whole time you're comparing yourself to people who have already made it and wondering, is it even possible for you? That's a tough one. That's a mind fuck right there. That messes with your head, and that's hard. That's a real hard thing for an artist or a creator to deal with sometimes.
Famous, why we so obsessed with the list? I mean, A-list, Forbes list, 10 commandments, and Santa's list, and materialism we trust. Without that, we can't exist. Trying to convert like evangelists, dollars to Bitcoin, low pro, scared of lists, and it just keeps getting harder for the poor. Easy to get more what you started with before. In your best interest to get that compound, bogged down, 90 Rolls Royces at the compound. Damn, and you know how it go. 1 for the money, 2 for the dough, 3 for the paper, fortune to blow. Where do we go from here? I don't know, I don't know. Come on, I said you know how it go. 1 for the money, 2 for the dough, 3 for the paper, fortune to blow. Where do we go from here, yo? Still every day I envision myself folding them bills, trying to think and grow rich like Napoleon Hill. They asking what separates me, and I told them it's skill, till they offered me a deal, sold my soul for the mills. Damn.
Yeah. So good song. Again, I really love his flow, his smooth delivery, his concise and clear lyrics. It's a tough song about it. Obviously, this is sort of his transition from, a starving artist, literally a starving artist, to somebody who went viral and became world famous, basically. I mean, he was on Ellen, probably one of the biggest talk shows of the day. And did that change him? Did that affect him? As far as I can tell, I did some research, because he's got to be independent. And as far as I know, his record label is listed as him, so he's independent. He kept his head about him, even though he went viral. He signed some deals with some, like Red Bull and I think Mitsubishi, but to do some commercials and to do some sponsorships. He was on some talk shows and stuff, but the best I can tell, he's still keeping everything under his umbrella, under his hat, and that is, while it's tough to do, is also a lot of power in that. That's kind of why we do independent artists, and why I am, while it would be kind of cool to be traditionally published, it'd be kind of nice to see my stuff in bookstores without as much effort as I have to put into it right now. But I also like the control that I have over my own content, and that's these independent artists and creators. This is their work, and they control all of it. And if you don't like it, you got to talk to them. You know, it's too bad. There's no publisher to go cry to if one of these guys says something you don't like, or publishes something you don't like, or makes a song about a topic you don't like. Who are you going to talk to? They are the boss. So there's a lot of power in being independent and keeping everything to yourself like that. But it's a lot of work. It's a lot of hard work. So that's why we try to help out on Indie Spotlight as much as we can, because I know how hard it is. So I'm hoping that I can help these guys out with my time, a little bit of my effort, and maybe help them in their own efforts, because I've had help. I've had people help promote my stuff. So I want to pass on the love. So thank you guys so much for being here. Make sure you go check out Harry Mack's channel, subscribe, like, comment on his stuff, check out his videos. Let me know what you think. Leave me some suggestions. This is going to be a full weekend because I missed some other new releases. So you're going to have at least one more Indie Spotlight probably tomorrow. We've got some game streams coming. Maybe one here in a few minutes and one tonight. We'll see how it goes. But thank you guys so much for joining me. I'm so glad you're here, and I will see you next time. Have a great one. Much love. Bye.